How are you today? A lot of you guys sent game records for us to review. Thanks, please keep that up. Today we will review a game between two German players, both first queue. Helge Böger, playing black, sent us this game. He had to make a very tough choice in a rough Joseki variation in this game. Helge specifically asked us how he could have kept the game simple, so we will focus on that. Let's see what happened. What do you think of this position, Peter?
I think this is a very good move. It is an extension towards Ashimari, so that's always good.
Mm-hmm.
I think myself I would have played a Shimari at the lower right corner. This forces white to split the right side like this. And now black gets the possibility to play at the upper side.
This is more of a natural flow.
Yes, I think so. If white now pincers the black stone, black can play her favorite, which we saw in an earlier episode.
Right, the famous.
This would be my preference.
Okay, so you would like this.
Now it's enough.
I see. Let's go and see what the game was like. So far, this is all a normal Joseki pattern. And after this clamp of Helge, white's normal and simple response is to play this jump. And then you can expect the next sequence, which is a Joseki. And at this moment, black can play Tanuki, so it can, for example, take Shimari in the corner. But in the game, white didn't keep it simple, and he played this complicated Hane. And Helge reacted with the correct move. This is the only move. And this is the same outcome as if when it would go like this. So here we have the same Joseki. But now white bumps into black stone instead of playing immediately at A. And then you get the same kind of position. Like this. And white goes through. In the game, black actually goes through. So you have this extension and black goes through here. And at this moment, white is quite mean. This goes into some very obscure corners of this Joseki. Instead, this is more usual, I think, right?
Yes, this is the more usual Joseki, although I must say I've never played it.
I played it a couple of times in several tournaments, actually. But you almost never see this in professional games. So it's quite rare for professionals to play this.
Yes, we had a look and we could find maybe about 4 pro games with this move.
Also, I let one of my games in which I played this pattern be reviewed by a professional. She told me that it's even for both sides. So it is playable. I can understand that this is quite complicated to follow. It looks very difficult. But it's cool to remember, so if you're interested in this, please have another look at it. Basically, black trades a corner and outside influence for all these stones that he sacrifices. And he gets this one in Sente. White still has to come back. It's an equal result, and later if the black A group will be pressured, then black always has the privilege to connect at B. So he's always strong. So that's another variation, but white complicated it by playing here. To be honest, before we were reviewing this game and we started looking it up, both me and Peter never saw this move before. So we checked some databases and came to the conclusion that it actually is playable for white. Some professionals have played this, but it's very complicated. This Hane is fine, that Helge played. And in the end, we come to this position, and I think both of you guys can be proud, because until now it's locally a pro game. Takagi Shoichi, 6-dan professional, and Kudo Norio, 7-dan professional, played this in 1969. However, in that game, Kudo Norio did not play here. He played this solid move, and he connected his stones. And then after that, a fight started at the left side. White cuts here. Black Ataris. And black jumps. This position is very difficult to comprehend, since black's shape is quite shabby, and there are all sorts of white attacks possible, including co-variations. This is a local shape move that's very beautiful. I would never have thought of this myself, but we saw this in the pro game. And the crux of the situation is this Tsuji for black. Because of this sacrifice, black has a ko. That's why black can play here now, and this doesn't work for white, because black gets this Atari. The two white stones are captured, and white is actually tricked. So instead, when black plays here, white needs to Atari, and then black has this ko. However, in the game Helge played here, and this complicated things a bit. The exchange of black A for white B is quite bad. Because of this exchange, black can no longer get a ko. So at this moment the situation got very bad for black. This is the wrong moment to try to kill white, because black is in trouble himself. White cut, which is good. And yes, black is in big trouble. This empty triangle is wrong, and not only because it's an empty triangle so the shape is bad, but at this moment the black group is already dead, and it's better to cut your losses. For example, defending on this side is much better. And later you still have some aji with A, so your stones are not completely lost, but playing here now only makes things worse. And this is a very good move by white, which captures the whole group. Black does this clamp, which is an interesting move, but unfortunately it doesn't really work. In the game, white gives up too quickly, plays here, but in fact he can actually kill everything. This is the proper move, and whatever black will try now, he has nowhere to run. I will show you what happens. Black connects, but white throws in. And a lack of liberties shows up very fast. Black has to connect here, but this is local to Tsuji, and he's captured. So this is too easy on black. It's a very good result for white, but at least black got something out of it. All of this is very complicated and messy, so how could you have kept it simple? Let's have a look. At this moment, if you would like to keep it easy, cutting the white stones is not the way to go. So let us show you two alternatives. This Tsuji settles black and keeps it very easy. The normal response of white is to just hane on the outside, and black retreats. White makes a solid shape, but now, after you made your own group strong, you can attack as black. This is Sente for black, and white has to respond, otherwise he will die. So it's quite an important move to exchange. It's surprisingly comfortable for black. I would really like to play like this.
Yes, this looks very good for black.
Another possible response for black here is to take this shape point. And it's a bit more of a vague result than the previous one, but it's also quite comfortable. White takes some territory on both sides, but black has center and can play Tanuki. And he also has influence. So if you like Mario games or influence games, then this might be an interesting choice for you. So let's jump forward again to this position. Black connected his stones, which is very good. And white approached black's lower right corner, which is also a good move. This is all perfect. The last couple of moves were all very good, but now black makes a mistake. Black jumps here, and this is too loose. At this moment, white still wants to make a base with his weak group at the bottom. So you have to make it as hard as possible for him. That's why this tiger's mouth is very good for black at the moment, because it prevents white from making a base easily. Whatever white will do, if he will jump out, black also jumps and gains territory along the way. You get territory and strength by attacking. That's the most proper way of playing Go. So here, this is quite painful for black. White makes a base and is safe, and the game has become very hard for black. This white move is really nice, especially with black's double wing formation. White strikes at the vital point. Here we end today's game commentary of Helge Böger's game. Let us know if you liked it, and again, if you have any games for us to review, please send them to us. Have a nice evening or a nice day, and see you next time.